got distracted and did not leave in what feels like some helpful information when anyone you love is doing the push pull thing, or when you get close and then they pull away. And what I want you to do is spend more time learning about this than just taking what I say as face value. And what it is that psychologically speaking, see, that's part of why my neurodivergence is so open, and so is my intuition. And then, like, there's so many distractions coming. And this is the Mercury retrograde in Libra energy. We are in the pre shadow right now. So find as many ways as you can to be delighted by unexpected distractions and things that would otherwise trigger you, because it'll help you enjoy the experience. So we're just going to go with this. And if a noise comes in and I change topics, that's what we were meant to talk about. So it's called a positive pullback. And what it is that when we don't have a space of understanding what the appropriate behavior is when we feel emotions for someone, when we feel love for them, and we've gone through various sorts of trauma that have taught us to live in survival mode, in desperation energy, and to live more in the energy of what we think other people will think about our actions, or just in thinking we might get hurt. I mean, I can guarantee you, if you are sitting there with a twin flame who comes close and then pulls away when you open up to, or just pulls away after it's a good experience, that you're both reflecting the energy of, if I continue this, I will get hurt. And psychologically, that's what's happening. Like, they work themselves up into, like, I'm not going to reach out, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to share my feelings, and then they're like, no, I'm going to do it. The braver thing to do is to do it. And then they do it, and rather than it being a bad experience, oftentimes it's a really good experience, and that's much scarier than if you had confirmed for them that it was going to turn into a bad experience. And that creates, it's funny, it creates an overwhelm, but it's not a bad thing. Like I was saying in part one, you want to get excited. And this is why I wanted to share this information, because we get stuck in this space of thinking that a negative response is a negative thing. No, it's not. If they are coming towards you and they are getting close and then they pull away, or then they change their mind, or, these are 3D things. This is just what you're observing. It's not actually what's even happening, because you're lining up with various different timeline versions of them at all sorts of different times. And it takes a very strong ability to hold multiple realities to be able to tell which is which. So for right now, just know that you don't know everything. But what you can know is that during this experience, the more times it is positive, and that they notice that you're not freaked out when they pull away, the more they're going to feel safe coming closer to you. When they realize that they can have their experience, and they can be they can have their overwhelm, and when they calm down, they can reach back out to you, and that you're not going to be freaked out by the space in the middle, there will be less space in the middle, because they won't have to worry about you reacting with them the way that they're used to all feminines acting with them, which is when they don't do what somebody else wants them to do, the love is pulled away. They are abandoned. They are rejected. They are told they're too slow. They're not doing it right. Things like that. And I bet you've had similar experiences. So what you got to do is get into the space of facing what it is that you feel like you're afraid of, if they don't come quickly, if they pull away again, if you get hurt again, if you hurt them again, things like that. You got to face those fears in there. And when you go in and face those fears, you have to do it from a space of recognizing that they're doing the same thing at the same time, and look for confirmation of that, because that which you believe is true, and that which you look for you will find. So if you are looking for reasons to be afraid that they might hurt you again, you'll find them. If you're looking for reasons to confirm that they are learning and growing and healing, and that they love you and they're choosing you, you will find them. That's part of what these videos are about. So when they're in that push, pull, come close, run away, breadcrumby energy, recognize that every time that they line up with you for that, it's a really, really good thing. And don't worry about the time in the middle. Find a way to love it, to love the adorableness of it, to love the freedom that you get to have both in and out of union with them, and recognize that you're not running out of time. There's not a time frame on this. There's not a time limit. And that you're going to feel better about you, and feel more you're going to feel stable and you're going to feel inner peace. And as you start to feel that stable inner peace of mind and heart, they're going to feel it too. And you're going to be the model for them and so many others about what that looks like, about what healthy, unconditional love looks like, about what it feels like for somebody to have complete faith in their goodness and not to be imagining worst case scenarios all the time. And the more that you do that with them, the more they're going to reflect and do that with you, which they already are. Like if they're reaching out to you and then they pull away and then you get mad or emotional and then you don't answer, or you do this whole like, I'm done, I'm not going back. Like they're having a negative experience with you too, because guess what? Every time they come towards you in a positive way, you smack their hand by going, but you're not committing, and so I can't trust it, and you might hurt me, and so I'm going to go off and be passive aggressive. Like they're still coming back to you. They're still trying again. They're still doing it. So you have plenty of opportunities, even if it's been a long time, and you can call this in. Like you can call in any experience you want once the resistance and the shadow work has been alchemized into light, and you can be in a consistent high vibration. But one of the places that starts is in building empathy for your twin. Think about what it would be like for you if you were in that position and you could not see what you are seeing and you weren't able to feel how they're feeling, which really, if you think about it, you're not feeling how they're feeling. You're feeling how you are feeling, and you're not even really feeling how you are feeling. You're feeling how you have been told that you should feel. Because if you were just feeling how you were feeling and comfortable in that, you would be in this delightful feeling of knowing that you got a twin flame and like that's forever shit. And no matter what sort of 3D elements come in or go out or stay or whatever, that you get to have a forever connection with this person that is well beyond trivial human marriage licenses and bullshit like that. Like you have something freaking amazing that is unbreakable and unfuckwithable. Like when you can get to that space of you're comfortable with that, like baby, come in, go out however much you need. Guess how attractive that is. And guess what, that also gives them an example, because a lot of them had, a lot of them and a lot of you had parents that they really had a genuine loving connection in there. They were probably twin flames, but they never came together because they went with the way that their pain told them to go, their trauma told them to go, and that's they felt like society told them to go. They went with 3D external factors. So if you have a situation where you're in separation, especially if you're going beyond 10 years of interacting with your twin flame, it's going to be uber attractive when they find that you're not in the same place they left you, but you're always in the same place that they left you. That you love them, that you love yourself, that you don't need to be in any sort of interaction with them while they're working out other stuff, because then you get to have beautiful experiences that you can come in and have something new to talk with them about. And then later, like get into that, get ahead of the manifestation, get ahead of the union, and think about all those times you're going to get to enjoy telling them what you did and what you thought and how your journey went and how you went from a place of feeling like, oh, they don't choose me and I feel desperate and how long it's going to be, to, nah, I knew you were coming. I was just over here like chilling, like, one boob out with my lemonade, laughing about this silly humanness that you were experiencing, and I knew you would come to this point where you'd be sitting out here with me in the lawn or the beach or whatever, and we'd get to talk about this stuff, and I just kept my focus on that, honey. Whatever stuff you want to do in the 3D, well, you're learning you're learning how to do your missions and love yourself. I'm happy with whatever way that needs to work out for you, whatever you need to tell yourself to thicken the plot along the way. All right, y'all. I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.